everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching. Sorry, you told me earlier you were going to do a bit during Emily in Paris, and I got it in my head that I was like, she didn't say the right thing. And then I was like, we're good. Okay. This is So I'm Watching Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches. Season 1, Episode 1, The Witching Hour. We watched Interview with the Vampire, but we didn't cover it. We were just watching it. We might still, Will and I might cover it. We might go back to it before season 2. Not 100% sure. Let us know if you're desperate for us to episodically cover Interview with the Vampire, and maybe we will. But for today, we're talking about Mayfair Witches, which is in the Anne Rice oeuvre, and AMC is doing this whole like immortal whatever universe. What is it even called? Immortal something.
I think it's the Immortal Universe.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I'm here for it.
I'm
so
super in. So I guess then, first things first, did you like this?
I absolutely did. And it makes me really want to go to New Orleans.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But like, I have a feeling when I do finally get there, I feel like I'm going to get real bummed out because it's not going to look all like spooky and sexy and all that stuff. Like I know that there is like a spookiness factor, but there's not going to have that like that filter.
No, it's not going to have like a greenish blue filter all over it, but you can feel New Orleans when you're there. I mean, most people go to like Bourbon Street, so that's not spooky scary.
No, I want to go to like
that's just
the cemeteries and like the house. Oh my God, the houses. So pretty.
We can go to New Orleans.
I want to do that.
Like the opposite end of the year from Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So I lived in New Orleans for 3 years, but I was tiny. I was like 5, 6, like 5 through 8, essentially. And so I like recognize the spookiness of it, but I vibe more with Charleston in like the spooky city things, but like New Orleans is even like a next level than that. It's very cool. It's a very cool city. Even remembering from when I was like 8, it's pretty cool.
I feel like the difference between like Charleston and even Savannah and New Orleans, I feel like Charleston and Savannah are spooky. I feel like Savannah might be more like sad spooky, and I feel New Orleans is like witchy spooky.
It's super witchy spooky. Also, I've watched so many things like in the last 10 years or so because I watched all of the originals, and that all takes place in New Orleans in like a fun, like witchy, spooky way. But there just is something like I think a little more edgy about the New Orleans spookiness. Like the Eastern South has like a whole like genteel kind of like quality to it, and it's like New Orleans is like the wild fucking west of haunted cities.
Straight up fucking voodoo and hoodoo, man.
Oh yeah. It's really cool though.
Yeah.
I would love to go back as an adult because I want to do what you want to do, and then I also want to go to Bourbon Street.
Yeah, 100%.
Walk around with a margarita that's this tall.
The hurricane.
Yeah. Okay, so we are dealing with a couple different storylines and a couple timelines as well. I guess I'm not sure how much we're going to keep flashing back to young Deirdre.
I feel like there must not be
too much.
Maybe the only other thing is to see how Lasher has been like coming at her in her
in between
her state
times. Yeah.
So because I feel like the fact that she was scratching at the necklace, I feel like that was very informing of like where she is, like soul wise. I don't want to say spiritually, but like whatever he's done to like attach himself to her.
Yeah, but see, I don't think that. I'm not sure that she has any awareness. She's basically okay. In the past, Deirdre, played by Cameron Inman, super cute. Love it. Really,
an entire woman.
Yeah, really sweet performance. Really cute. She is basically sort of being held captive, but she's under the care of 2 very protective aunts. And she sneaks out of the house to go to this party being held by Harry Hamlin's Cortland Mayfair.
Harry Hamlin!
We love to see it. Deirdre is also a Mayfair. That is important. Most of the women that we have met are Mayfairs. So she sneaks out to a party, and he is clearly doing behind the scenes work because he sets her up with that Patrick boy.
Yeah.
Like he picks out Patrick on purpose, and then Patrick comes and asks her to dance. They dance a lot, they fool around, they end up having sex, and then she is immediately 9 months pregnant. Like, I don't think very much time passed.
I don't know, because the way that that the priest was talking to her, I feel like it was normal time.
It was normal? Okay.
I feel like it was.
That was not 100% clear to me.
Yeah. And
so I could still go either way. Like if there was a line of dialogue that was like, she had a baby overnight, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Well, and also when they are showing the scene of her and Patrick having sex, it cuts to some person in a mask. And so we don't know if that was Patrick.
Who it actually was.
Yeah. If this was like a ritualistic, like, gotta get her pregnant for whatever reason.
I mean, I presume yes, because then it also, when Lasher comes to find her, she almost jumps off the balcony that her mother jumped off of. Apparently, this is a Mayfair woman special, jumping off the balcony of this house. He basically says that baby is coming and she's important. Mm-hmm. And so I do think that Cortland did it on purpose.
I agree.
To make Rowan.
So then I have a question.
I guess we should make it clear neither one of us have read any of these books.
No idea whatsoever. So are the ants witchy?
I believe all of the Mayfairs are witchy.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think, what is Beth Grant's name? Was she Carlotta?
Yes.
I don't know if she like resists it or if it's something that sort of like passes with age or if it like skips a generation or something, because Deirdre also doesn't seem to be specifically witchy. Nobody's like been doing spells yet.
Yeah. I don't know.
But Cortland was doing something with that snake. Mm-hmm. So I think it's all, yeah. No one has like shot sparks out of their hands or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically she gives birth to the baby. Beth Grant takes it immediately. And then they tell her that it died. And then she is immediately put on a daily dosage of Thorazine. Mm-hmm. So my point to that, like why I went back to the beginning and started talking about that, is because I don't think she is like really communing with Lasher anymore. Like I think she's so far gone in the Thorazine that like taking off the necklace just let him, I think it was more damaging to him. I think it let him unattach from her. Oh. Because they were bound. Yeah. Like they bound to each other.
And he did say, you can command me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think because he also was waiting for Rowan, and he seems to be some sort of spirit or demon or like demon spirit or something. I think he couldn't get away from her so long as she was wearing the necklace, but also he knew Rowan was coming and he wants her because she's the powerful one. Mm-hmm. And so that is, for me, I think is what's super interesting. And adult Deirdre is played by Annabeth Gish, who is gigging hardcore lately. And I love that for her and for us. So that was really fun. And then in the present day, we have Alexandra Daddario playing Rowan, Fielding, and her adoptive mother, Ellie. Rowan is a neurosurgeon. I don't automatically hate that, though I always do think it's comical when, like, you pick the absolute most beautiful woman you've ever seen and give her, like, it's just like in the Transformers, where it's, like, not Amber Heard, but it's the other one. Rachel Stevens or something. No, not Stevens. Rachel Harris. God, I can't remember. Regardless, the Australian one that's in Jessica Jones, Rachel or something.
I don't remember.
And she's like a
coder,
molecular physicist or some shit. And I'm just like, I'm not that like beautiful people can't be smart, but it's also like, really, like, you've gone too far. But she is apparently an exceptional neurosurgeon. I love that. She kind of gets into it with an older doctor who fucking blows. His name is Dr. Keck. Because he takes over her patient, and because he treats adults and she treats children, he does something wrong.
Yep.
Because it's different and she catches it and like, you know, it's okay. And so then her mother's cancer has come back, and so she has to ask him a favor, and all of these men are acting so out of pocket with her. He just starts calling her unprofessional and arrogant. And I'm like, you are the one with the arrogance that would have led to that little boy's death.
He absolutely was talking to himself.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So she just gives him a little brain bleed.
just a small one. A little one.
He is apparently not dead, although I guess we're not sure. But the reason she goes up there is she wants him to put in a good word so that her mother can get in this clinical trial hosted by Daniel Lemley, who feels like a huckster to me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because she also gives him a brain bleed and he dies.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely
deserved it.
He fucking pissed in front of her, dude.
Yeah. And also I'm up to here with like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk avatars and stuff who have priceless works of art in their just like open spaces. You can't just have a Rodin in your a Rodin sculpture in your office.
Yeah, watch our Glass Onion coverage or episode because it's wild.
Keep the Rodin sculpture in the temperature controlled museum.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, she even said it was a fake.
Did she?
Yeah, she was like, it was fake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have your fake Rodin.
Oh, okay.
And you like to tell people that you got a steal on, but it's fake. Yeah.
Good. So basically he's trying to tell her to like essentially take someone else's name off of this clinical trial list so that her mother will get on. And
because she's a killer.
And she's like, I couldn't live with myself if I did that. Can't you just add her or whatever? And he just keeps on like kind of like picking at her. And so she lets rip on him and it is hysterical. And then I think what I like too about, because she kind of goes inside their brains when she's thinking about it.
But it starts out, it looks like vines with runes on it.
Or like a tunnel that goes under a tree, like under tree roots or something. It's very cool. I like the effects of that. There were a couple effects that were very mediocre. I understand this is a television show and like this is a lot more aggressively supernatural than Interview with the Vampire, which was like just vampires, which is whatever. But this is like the boat at the beginning was very fake. The boat in the water. And then Lasher's face that kept changing was very plasticky. I'm not pissed about it. I'm pointing it out. As long as it stays consistent, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it has so far been consistent. So basically Rowan keeps going to her mother and being like, I saw inside his brain and I did it. I did this to his artery or whatever. And her mother is like, no, you didn't. That's crazy. Why would you ever think something like that? And then she immediately calls the like witchy Library of Congress kind of shit and is like, I need to speak to somebody about my witch daughter and how something's going on. And I need to make sure everything's cool in New Orleans. And then when it happens again with Daniel, Rowan comes to her literally terrified. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm doing this, but I know that I'm doing it. And she's like, shut the fuck up. You're just crazy. And she's totally gaslighting her, even though she knows it's real.
Yeah. And she's like, just be here with me. Watch me die. Like, I understand the instinct of like deny for their own good, but also you are just doing so much damage.
Yeah.
And then because it's like, then she's going to hate you when she finds out that you've been lying to her and making her feel crazy.
Yeah.
Because she kept saying like, don't give in to these delusions. Ma'am, they are not delusions.
Yeah. So basically there is a man assigned to Rowan's case file or whatever. His name is Cyprian. He is very handsome.
He really is.
And he was like, I'll take care of your daughter. And they haven't even shared screen time and I want them to bone down. So we'll see about that. Basically though, he's like, everything is cool here. Everything's normal. But that's before the creepy doctor took the necklace off of adult Deirdre, thus releasing Lasher. So, I'm trying to think there's only like a little bit left. Like Rowan does end up watching her mother die. She obviously doesn't get into the trial if Daniel Lumley is dead. And so she does die and she's out on her boat. It's like real misty and kind of creepy. And she like wakes up and then she sees Lasher like out on the side of the boat. He's so fine.
He really is.
Jack Huston.
She did make mention when she was talking to her lover, bartender lover,
Max.
Yeah, that she like always felt like her shadow was someone who knew her, and he felt very him. Just knew all of her secrets and stuff. So it's like I feel like the energy of Lasher has been around her for her entire life. But because he was bonded to Deirdre.
I am very interested.
Me too.
So far, I'm really digging it. I like honestly can't wait for Rowan to get to New Orleans, which hopefully will be like in the next episode. But I'm glad you brought up her bartender dude friend because he is so cute And I feel like at some point he's either going to get extremely killed by Lasher or he's going to end up like helping her somehow in New Orleans. But that is largely it. It was like definitely a place setting episode, but I'm super down. Oh, we did also find out her adopted mother, Ellie, is also a Mayfair.
Yes.
She calls Beth Grant, Aunt Carlotta, and she agreed to like, change their name from Mayfair and like raise her, would never tell her who she is. So it seems like everybody does know that Rowan is
something's up.
Something.
Yeah.
I just like, that's always the thing for me where every time we like watch something like this and they're like, she can never know the truth. And I'm like, I feel like the truth would help. Though.
Yeah. I feel like informed decisions would be very helpful for all parties involved.
There's like a ton of like fan like headcanons and stuff for like Harry Potter where it's like, what if he did know though?
Yeah.
Like what if he wasn't raised in total ignorance of his entire life?
Yeah.
Do you think that might have helped? So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm looking forward, especially, very weirdly, especially to Harry Hamlin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't really, I think the last thing I watched him on consistently was Veronica Mars. He played one of the fathers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was like despicable, but he was like fun on that. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm always here for Beth Grant. I'm always here for Jack Huston. I'm always here for Alexander Daddario. And speaking of Veronica Mars, the woman who plays Ellie was also on that. She was her Veronica's best friend's mother.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. So it's good. I like it so far. I am very interested to see how it like keeps building.
Yeah, I just have a lot of questions, but I'm ready.
And Alexander Daddario is doing like really good work.
Yeah.
The last thing I watched her on was season 1 of White Lotus.
Same.
And she was really incredible in that. And this feels like she has a lot more agency than she did in that show. So that's fun as well.
She just looks like a walking porcelain doll with those eyeballs.
She's so beautiful.
It trips me out.
Yeah.
She's stunning, but I'm just like, I feel like I would be scared to talk to her in person because I feel like you're sucking the soul out of my body.
She has like a very small arc on New Girl, and Winston says something. He's like, I like it. You got crazy witch eyes, and I'm into it. And like,
she does have crazy witch eyes.
It's super true.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will be back every Sunday or Monday, depending on Rachel's work schedule. And just let us know what you think, if you're gonna watch it, if you want us to do Interview with the Vampire or wait till season 2. But we are, I think, here for the long haul with the Immortal Universe.
Yeah, same.
So
also, if you want more consistently posted content, you can give us money, and then we'll just do this all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
We got a Patreon, we got a Cash App, we got a Venmo, whatever you like.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. All right.
Bye.